Hello, this is Joaquin Lippincott with Toad, and I'm here today with Shaun McCarthy of Meta. He's going to be answering some questions about the company as part of our ISV series interview for AWS. So welcome to you, Shaun.
Thank you, Joaquin, and I'm delighted to join you on this session today.
Tell us about Meta.
So Meta was really an evolution from some of the work that Rob Tucker was doing as a consultant in the media and entertainment space. He was working for various organisations over a number of years, and he identified that there was a significant gap in the metadata and the collection of metadata associated with various content catalogues. And as a result, he developed the platform that really provided much more efficiency for those organisations to control that part of their supply chain.
How did you get involved with the company?
Well, about just over 12 months ago, I was involved with Rob, had some interactions with Rob, and being a small company at that stage, even though it has grown now, there was a need. I could see a need that there needed to be some more business input into the business itself, and the idea of that was to allow Rob to focus on the things that he's really good at. He's done a fantastic job with the platform, and he's a brilliant designer and problem solver. And to be able to do that and free that up, there needed to be someone coming in and putting in place all the basic hygienes factors of running a successful business, I guess. Everything from HR to legal, to employment contracts, to management contracts, to customer contracts, etc. So, yeah.
That makes total sense. As a founder myself, I've found that bringing in great people is super important. So we're here to talk a little bit about the AWS and cloud space. Can you talk about how Meta got connected with the cloud? Has it always been involved in the cloud?
It has actually, and right from the word go, Meta had a very close partnership with AWS and the cloud itself. I mean, like the product is totally a totally modern platform. It's API first, and the relationship with not only the cloud integration, but also with AWS itself has been a very close one. So
Great, and they are great partners. If you were to say where your company fits into the media and entertainment ecosystem, like where are the pieces that people should think about Meta when they're thinking about M&E?
We see that we're at the very heart of the supply chain, and the platform is very much been designed as the source of truth for media content catalogs, and we use IDA as a source of truth, and we're integrated with a number of other suppliers in that space, but we're very much at the heart of the supply chain. The application itself was designed to make its use simple and easy for the users, and we've brought in a lot of functionality from various other suppliers in the supply chain to allow that consolidation and enrichment of media catalogs.
Yeah, no, I know that metadata is huge.
It certainly is. It certainly is, and we've added functionality and features to the product over the last 2 years, and continue to do that. And all that development is very much customer led, and as the requirements have changed and as the customer have applied the platform, they themselves have seen other opportunities to create more efficiency and they've fed that back to us, and we responded, and the cloud, the Meta platform has evolved as such.
Mm-hmm. And break out your crystal ball for us. What do you think the impact of the cloud will be on the media and entertainment industry over the next 3 years?
Well, I think it's an interesting, for me, it's an interesting question, because I don't have a tech background, and I don't have a background in media and entertainment, but I do have a business background. And I must say, I was really blown away by how flexible AWS are in their interactions, and how much they support, particularly the startup organisations, to assist them to come in and innovate and provide opportunities for them to develop and provide new products. And I think, not having been exposed to this industry previously, and even in some of my old business interactions, the cloud was talked of as something that, well, yeah, it's that new thing that no one would ever actually use or trust, because some of the organisations I worked for were very much, they had the traditional big IT infrastructure, lots of servers with fail-safe storage and backup systems, etc. Massive investments, but equally those things become very limiting as well, because to change things and improve and innovate, you're stuck with this massive tech debt. And how do you get over that? So in my opinion, I really see the cloud as representing the democratization of technology in many ways, because it's low cost, it's fast and flexible, it's secure, you don't need a massive upfront investment in bricks and mortar, and it really, what it's doing, it's removing the completely oversupplied and over-engineered systems that going forward should allow more efficiency and innovation to occur.
Yeah, the theme of democratization and enabling even smaller businesses to develop that same technology that previously only large companies that had that CapEx capability, that's been a common theme. Are there any cloud technologies other than yours, of course, that you've heard about or read about that you find especially interesting?
Again, not being the technocrat, there's a number of systems we use. Workato, for example, I don't know if you're familiar with that business, but in the integration layer of the platform, I think they're doing some really interesting work in transforming businesses with automation. They take out a lot of the complexity, which is all adding to efficiency and improvements, and really encouraging innovation. I think I saw an article or a post or something by yourself recently, Joaquin. I think there's some really interesting work going on in facial expressions. Melinda Ozil is doing something with that, and I think that type of technology has got the potential to play a massive part in the entertainment industry in the future. But equally, I think it needs to be properly understood exactly what can and can't be done in that space.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I mean, certainly from a catalog management standpoint, when you can detect anything, the question is really what's useful.
Yes, exactly. And another company that I've been very impressed with, and I've only had a few interactions with them. I've been impressed with their technology, but also very impressed with their people, is Wirewax. They're an interactive video company, and there's lots of those sorts of companies around. But I've had the pleasure of meeting Steve Callanan and some of his staff in the past, and I've always been very impressed by them. They have a great UI. They really are working hard to provide solutions to problems, and they're just a great team of people. So very impressed with WireWax.
Great. Well, we'll have to follow up on that. So we've managed to avoid it so far, but what do you think the impact of the coronavirus will be on the media and entertainment industry over the next 12 months?
Well, I think it's going to be significant, and to be honest, I don't really know that anybody knows or could provide a realistic answer to that question. In fact, I just got off a call prior to this one, Joaquin, and we were talking about that exact point. And it seems as though a lot of streaming organisations and so forth, their revenues are up about 10%. Because they're doing quite well from it, because everyone's staying at home and consuming more content, right? But I guess that's long term. That's not going to be sustainable, because the people that are paying and consuming that content, a lot of them are going to be out of a job the longer this goes on. And then I think overall, the global industry is down about 10%. So that's the production layer. Where people just aren't able to get on and provide a lot of that service. But equally, I think there's positives and negatives and everything. And this coronavirus, the impact of it is really major. Where it stops, no one knows. But in my mind, I liken it to, it's got the same impact as a world war. If you look at World War I and World War II, they were horrible events, and we never ever want to see an actual World War III where people are fighting in the streets. But you know what? This global pandemic, it's been fought like a war, because countries are closing down, people are hunkering down and not working and not consuming to the same level. And I really think out of that there will come innovation, and there will come technical progress, and we will end up with probably a cleaner and leaner world. But exactly how that manifests itself, I really don't know. But organisations are going to have to adjust to less revenue, less staff. A lot of staff don't want to come to work anymore, which I think is going to be an issue. And to be very honest, I think cloud technology and cloud tech is perfectly placed to benefit from that, because as the impact of coronavirus really hits the financial markets, that is all going to trickle down to every piece of the puzzle, every player in the market, and everybody in the supply chain. And as I said, I really think cloud technology is in the prime spot to benefit from that.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, so Shaun, if somebody wanted to get in touch with Meta, what would be the best way to do that be?
Yes, the best way to do that actually is to visit our website, www.meta.how, and we do have an inquiries line there, and there's also quite a bit of content and video that can be consumed and give you a really good background on exactly what the organisation does, and you have the ability to leave your name, phone number and email address, and we'll be back in touch with you very quickly.
Great, fantastic. Well, Shaun, thank you so much again. It was great talking with you.
Thanks, Joaquin. Thank you very much.